There's a gate outside old Durango, swings wide where the weeping willows sigh. I first saw her neath that hazy amber glow, reflections of the sunset in her eyes. Her laughter danced like dust on desert trails, where we carved our names in ancient oaks that night. But love like summer rain in these dry lands, fleeting, slipping silent through my hands. Oh, the gate flew with the cold north wind, left it swinging, creaking like my heavy heart. And those plains, they stretch so lonesome, so thin, like the space now lying between our worlds apart. The cabin by the ridge stands empty, its porch still holds her scarf, now gray and warm. Echoes of her footsteps in the hallway, in the quiet whisper of the morn. The town once vibrant, now a whisper. Gravel roads bear no more tales of yore, only shadows of two souls in the twilight. One stayed grounded, one a bird that soared. Yes, the gate flew with the wild west wind, still swinging, moaning under starlit arcs. And the trails now overgrown and thin, run like scars across these old forsaken hearts. In the mirror of the creek, under moon's gentle gaze, see the years, the paths I've roamed alone, each bending forward like chapters of our days, memories etched deep in the silt and stone. So the gate flew with her last goodbye, and it's swinging, haunting in the prairie's breath, as I straddle shadows in the failing light. This cowboy rides lassoed by love and death. Oh, the gate flew with. The gate flew with. His heart still beats beneath the western drift. Underneath the willow, by the creek where whispers run, I carved our names inside the bark back when love had just begun. That old oak stood by silently, watching seasons come and go, where we swore our dreams of starlit skies in the glow of campfires glow. Oh, my heart's still on that gravel road where your laughter filled the air. The winds of time, they blow so cold, now you're no longer there. My saddle died young, lost in the dust of dreams we had begun. Every sunset bleeds into my soul, where your shadow comes undone. The porch still creaks a lonesome tune, scarf hangs on the hook, dances with the ghost of you in each cranny and each nook. The cabin holds our whispered love, but now it's only I who speak. Echoes of your footsteps haunt every board that creaks. Oh, my heart's still on that gravel road where your laughter filled the air. The winds of time that blow so cold, now you're no longer there. My saddle died young, lost in the dust of dreams we had begun. Every sunset bleeds into my soul, where your shadow comes undone. trails alone beneath the endless sky. Each mile a memory fading fast, each star a tear I've cried. The thorns of time may prick my skin, but your memory's thorn runs deeper. Pain's the only proof I have, the reaper's not the keeper. Oh, my heart's still on that gravel road where your laughter filled the air. The winds of time, they blow so cold, now you're no longer there. My saddle died young, lost in the dust of dreams we had begun. Every sunset bleeds into my soul, where your shadow comes undone. And as the horizon swallows the sun, I whisper to the night, love's a journey never done, even when it's out of sight. But oh, the ride was worth it all, despite the heartache that it brings. For a cowboy's tale ain't complete without the pain that true love sings.
In the quiet town of Rye, where the oak trees touch the sky, I met you wild in spring's embrace beneath that endless dome. Your laughter mixed with wind on the porch where we'd spin tales of dreams woven in the golden loom where our hearts called home. Rye bleeds under the setting sun, colors fade on what we've done. The scarf you left still smells of rain and days now long gone by. My heart rides gravel roads alone, past cabins empty, love unthrown. Whispers haunt the prairie winds where your shadow lies. Those trails grew over once we roamed, with every sunset further thrown. Your eyes like dusk stole away with secrets unconfessed. The saddle emptied by the door, dusty boots don't tread no more on floorboards that still creak beneath the weight of my unrest. Rye bleeds under the setting sun, colors fade on what we've done. The scarf you left still smells of rain and days now long gone by. My heart rides gravel roads alone, past cabins empty, love unthrown. Whispers haunt the prairie winds where your shadow lies. Now under stars that we once named, the oaks still stand but bear the shame of silent witnesses to the cost of loving wild and free. In every grain of rye that weeps, and dreams disturbed from peaceful sleep, I find the ghost of you entwined in every part of me. Bleeds under the setting sun, colors mourn what we've become. The scarf you left now threadbare gray, a symbol of our past. My heart rides gravel roads alone, past memories to which I'm prone. Whispers turn to silence in the echo of your laugh. So here's to Rye where love once bloomed, in the shadow of an empty room, where dust now settles soft and sad like snow upon the moors. Rye bleeds and so do I, under vast unyielding skies, forever bound to roam a land that's yours and yours alone.
In the hush of dawn, neath the old oak sway, I found her scarf, blue as the new day. Memories flood like the creek after rain, of laughter shared on this dusty plain. She danced with the wind where the wildflowers lay, in a town too quiet where her shadow stays. Oh, her shadow stays, though she's gone away, in the corners of the night, in the edges of the day. On the old porch swing, I can hear her say, love like ours, darling, it never fades. But the wind's a cruel player with the games it plays. She's a fading trail, but her shadow stays. The old cabin stands on the gravel road, windows blank stare, bare stories untold. Where we once were fire, now's but ash and dust. Her laughter's echo, a ghostly gust. Echoes of footsteps in the sunset's blaze. She rode into the horizon, but her shadow stays. Yes, her shadow stays as the daylight frays, in the whisper of the leaves, in the silence of the grays. On the empty bed where the cool breeze plays, love finds its rest, darling, she'd phrase. But my heart's left wandering through a lonesome maze. She's the song that ends, but a shadow stays. Now I roam these lands astray without a home, chasing echoes and a ghost in the twilight's comb. Where the rivers sing and the mountains gaze, I look for her in the dawn's soft rays. Still a shadow stays in the quiet ways, in the rustle of the oaks where the old dog lays. As the night descends, as the cold air sways, love's a lasting light, darling, my heart conveys. Though I walk alone where the coyote brays, in the whispers of the wind, her shadow stays.
Out where the oak tree shadows lay, long on the ground, under skies that weave tales of azure and gold. There used to be laughter soft as a feather, now there's just the echo of the stories we told by that old wooden porch where the creek sings its chorus. You danced under starlight, scarf catching the wind, but the night grew cold, oh so bold, as silence like frost began to descend. Silence burns in this heart of mine, on lonely trails where the sunsets bleed, in every whisper of the pine, I find the ghost of you I can't set free. Dust swirls where your shadow fell, in this empty cabin built for two. Silence burns, oh it burns like hell, 'cause every silence whispers you. Years roll like the thunder across these plains, gravel roads worn down by boots and rain. The saddle sits untouched, its leather cracked and dry, just like the tears that once stormed from our eyes. Where did those promises ride off to? Lost like pebbles in the churn of time. Now only your scar, faded and blue, hangs on the post, a relic of what was mine. Silence burns in this heart of mine, on lonely trails where the sunsets bleed. In every whisper of the pine, I find the ghost of you I can't set free. Dust swirls where your shadow fell, in this empty cabin built for two. Silence burns, oh it burns like hell, 'cause every silence whisks you. Fire survive even the hardest rain. Silence burns and yet now I see, it's in the quiet I find your trace. In the rustle of leaves, in the chill of the breeze, in the lonely spaces of this endless time. Silence burns and I burn too, but in the ashes I find some peace. For every silence that whispers of you brings a bittersweet release.
On the edge of El Paso, where the oak trees guard the lost, I met her under starry skies where now only shadows toss. By the old wooden porch we danced, soft shoes on creaking wood. Her laughter mingled with the wind, swore it'd stay for good. But the starry night forgot us as the world spun its sad tales. Those stars we watched together, now just empty, dusty trails. The wind whispers her name through the canyon's lonely shot, beneath the heaven's vast expanse. The starry night forgot. Years threaded silver through my hair. The cabin stands alone. Gravel roads where the marks we made turn now to silent stone. The scarf she left behind hangs on a rusty nail, still faintly smells of rain, like tears from the skies when the heavens shared our pain. The starry night forgot us as the world spun its sad tales. Those stars we watched together, now just empty, dusty trails. The wind whispers her name through the canyon's lonely shot, beneath the heaven's vast expanse. The starry night forgot. Oh, how the prairie grass whispers secrets when we roam. Now every whisper's a reminder of how I wander alone. Maybe the land remembers, though the stars refuse to tell, of the nights we stitched our dreams before the darkness fell. So I'll sing to the starry night that forgot, to the dreams that we once knew, to the echoes of her footsteps fading into the morning dew. The wind whispers her name through the canyon's lonely shot, in the heart of forgotten trails, where even stars dare not. And as the sunset bleeds its last she once stood. I saddle up my sorrows right through this lonesome wood, where the starry night forgot and all but one heart moved on. Underneath these endless skies, I reckon life just draws its dawn.
In the shadow of the oak, where the wildflowers hide, I found an old scarf, blue as a prairie sky. Beneath the whispering leaves of time, there's a ranch house stood by the crumbling line. Each board and nail soaked in sun holds a tale of two hearts that beat as one. That ranch burns low as the evening falls, the embers of memories through crumbling walls. The wind sings lonesome through spaces wide, carrying whispers of a love that died. An old porch swing sways with no one to see, just shadows of you, shadows of me. Years rolled like dust down an endless track. Love slipped through fingers, ain't coming back. The saddle sits dusty, the bridle hangs loose on a fence post, weathered by use and abuse. Rain falls like tears on the lonely ground in this quiet town where hope's barely found. That ranch burns low as the evening falls, embers of memories through crumbling walls. The wind sings lonesome through spaces wide, carrying whispers of a love that died. An old porch swing sways with no one to see, just shadows of you, shadows of me. By the light of the fire, I see it clear. All that's lost, all I held dear. A whisper in the ashes, a dance in the flame. Nothing but silence to carry my name. So let that ranch burn, Lord, under starlit skies. Let it cleanse my soul, let it dry my eyes. As the flames reach high, touching night so deep, in the heart of the fire, I'll finally sleep. An old porch swing sways with no one to see, just shadows of you fading from me.
In the shadow of the weeping oaks on Carson's Bend, I found an old scarf blue as the dusk whispering your name. There by the creek where first you kissed my sunburned skin, now just a ghost of summer rains and love that never waned. Lonely fire hides in the ashes of our past, burning remnants of a dream too sweet to last. Under starlit skies, my heart find you in the smoke of lonely firesides. The town's grown silent, porches empty, dust has settled down. Gravel roads that knew our steps now lead to nowhere's end. And I ride these empty trails with your memory as my guide, aching for the echo of a love that's long been dead. Lonely fire hides in the ashes of our past, burning remnants of a dream too sweet to last. As the sunset bleeds, my lonesome creed is whispered to the wind on plains no one else can see. Oh, and how the rivers run, never looking back, carving canyons deep as the regrets I've tracked. If I could hold you once again, break these rusted chains, I'd give these Roman bones to hear you call my name. Lonely fire hides is the keeper of my cries. In every crackling spark your laughter never dies. But tonight as the cold encroaches wide, I'll let the river's song lull this heartache into the night. Goodbye, my love, where a lonely fire hides. Out where the oak trees shadow the dusty trails, I found her scarf blue as the twilight veils. Sitting by the campfire, sparks flying like the years we lost. Each ember a memory, each flicker a frost. Her old cabin creaks with the tales it knows. Her laughter in the wind is cold as the snow. And campfire stays, but she's gone away under western skies. My heartache lays where the river bends. Her smile was my home, now I'm just a cowboy born to roam. Flames dance alone like I do every night underneath the stars in the fading light. We rode through the town, quite a secret kept. Our dreams like the gravel road, well worn and swept. But time's cruel hands pulled the reins too tight, took her from the saddle on a stormy night. Now the porch swings empty, the door moans sad and slow. Rain taps the window, playing tunes of long ago. Campfire stays, but she's left this place in the silence. I still search her face where the sunsets bleed. Her warmth was my guide, now it's just the shadows where my sorrows hide. The flames dance alone as my thoughts invite the ghost of her whispers in the cold night. Oh, but memories, a wild horse can't be tamed, rides me back to her through the flames. Each spark a moment, bright and clear, held close in the heart of a lonesome frontier. Campfire stays, and so does the pain in the ashes. Our past remains, though the trail's grown cold. Her memories of fire burning through my soul, an unquenched desire. The flames dance alone, and I call her name into the vast
plain. So here by the fire I'll always be, a cowboy lost in a memory. As the smoke rises high and the night turns gray in the heart of the wild, my campfire stays.
In the hush of dawn, neath the chapel sky, I found a cabin where the bluebirds fly. Old porch creaking as the oak trees sigh, her scarf still hanging where she waved goodbye. Her eyes echoes of the prairie wind, whisper secrets of what might have been. Like a ghost on the gravel road I roam, in the heart of the dust I find my home. Years of wander like rivers through plains, old saddles worn under sunset's flames. Rain on the roof sounds just like her name. In each thunder roll, her laughter remains. Her eyes echoes of the prairie wind, whisper secrets of what might have been. Like a ghost on the gravel road I roam, in the heart of the dust I find my home. Under starlit skies the coyotes cry, each howl a slice of an age gone dry. Mighty are the mountains, yet silent grief. In the shadows I chase my relief. Her eyes echoes lost in the night, guide me through sorrow into the light. Like a ghost on the gravel road I roam, with her echoes in my heart I'm never alone. In the dimming glow of day's last fire, the echoes fade, but never tire. On this lonesome trail where dreams unwind, her eyes the echoes forever enshrined. In the valley where the shadows meet the light, there's an oak tree carved with names that winds have slight. Beneath its boughs we swore on endless stars, in that quiet town where dreams weren't far, where the porch wood creaked under our worn out boots and love was wild, uncontested, absolute. Oh, how silence fell
I knew. Now the saddle's worn, the trails have overgrown. Gravel roads lead to cabins made of stone. The scarf you left still smells of rain and pine, a tangled memory in this broken line. The town's old clock stopped ticking long ago, just like my heart, in rhythm slow. Oh, how silence fell apart as you whispered goodbye with a trembling heart. Now the wind carries dust and my lone despair through the streets of a ghost town trapped in air. Every sunset bleeds the same old scarlet hue, echoing the love I knew, echoing the love I knew. On the horizon where the earth kisses the sky, I've learned love's a journey where some parts must die. A whisper in the canyon, a soul learning to fly. Letting go ain't the same as saying goodbye. Oh, how silence fell apart in the breaking of my reluctant heart as the stars watch over from where they always start. I roam these lands with your memory as my chart. Every sunset bleeds into a night so true, carrying the love I knew, carrying the love I always knew. So I sing to the winds, to the mountains high, a ballad of a cowboy under this vast unyielding sky. Silence never stays, it just transforms, it parts in the echoes of hooves, in the beating of broken hearts.
Out where the oak trees shadow old dusty roads, under the big sky where the lonesome wind blows, there where the sunset paints gold on your hair, memories dance in the quiet air. But the storm left behind ain't just clouds in the sky. It's the echo of your footsteps, it's the whisper of goodbye. Now each raindrop's a tear from the eyes of the past, and the thunder, a heart that broke too fast. Now the cabin sits empty where laughter once rang, only shadows on porches where we once sang. That old rugged saddle untouched by the trail, like my heart rides no more since you set sail. Yes, the storm left behind ain't just clouds in the sky. It's the echo of your footsteps, it's the whisper of goodbye. Now each raindrop's a memory that won't dry away, and the thunder, a love that couldn't stay. Underneath the stars, I'm a whisper in the plain, a silhouette fading
the trails we once rode that no longer bend, and the storm left behind still roars deep inside, where your laughter once lived and my silence now hides. So I'll ride these empty trails beneath skies wide and high, with the storm you left behind and this cowboy's lonesome side.
Out on the edge where the wild oaks stand, I found a scarf, blue as the deep night sky, on Lonesome Hill where our dreams ran free, beneath the boundless, ever watchful eye. Oh, Lonesome Hill sleeps, but I'm wide awake, with the ghost of your whisper dancing in the wind. The sunset paints your absence in shade so deep, where the trail of our love grew cold and thin. The porch still creaks like it's calling out the shadows that sway where you once stood by. Rain taps the roof in a slow, sad rhythm, speaking of tears that an old sky cried. Oh, Lonesome Hill sleeps, but I'm wide awake, feeling the brush of your laughter, light as a breeze. Every star up above is a memory faded, caught in the branches of old oak trees. I've ridden past the echoes of our laughter, down gravel roads that know my silent plea. In the heart of the dust where my tears fall is the piece of my soul that you took from me. Yes, Lonesome Hill sleeps, and perhaps so should I, in the cradle of the valley where my heart lies low, letting go of the reins under the vast old sky, where the winds of yesterday softly blow. So ride on, my sorrow, ride on through the night. Lonesome Hill sleeps, and that I must learn to say goodbye. In the hush of old oak shadows, neath the whispering twilight sky, I recall her laughter swirling like the dust when winds were high. Barefoot steps on creaking porches echo soft as summer's breath. Every board and nail a story, every silence steeped in death. Oh, those barefoot steps stood still in time on the roads where we did roam. Now I wander through the memories in the twilight I call home. Every sunset sinks just like my heart beneath horizons turning chill, Where once we danced 'neath starlit skies, those barefoot steps stood still. Years are flown like leaves in autumn, drifting far from root and stem. Empty cabin windows staring like the eyes of lost old friends. Gravel roads that led to nowhere now lead only to the past. Scarves that smelled of sage and freedom knew too well they couldn't last. Oh, those barefoot steps stood still in time on the trails now overgrown. With her whisper in the cedar wind, I face these roads alone. Every sunset sinks just like my heart beneath horizons turning chill. Where once we loved without a care, those barefoot steps stood still. On the ridge where dawn breaks earliest, I see her silhouette sometimes. Just a fleeting shade of yesteryears crossing o'er those blurring lines. Guess I've learned that some fond remnants, like the saddle worn and old, carry weight of souls departed in the stories left untold. So those barefoot steps stood still in time like the shadows in the dell. I wander through each whispered dream where her laugh used to dwell. As the stars peer down like watchful eyes and the night air tastes a thrill. In the quiet of the fading trails, those barefoot steps stood still. Letting go's a lonesome river, but some hearts they never will. In the silver glow of moonlit past, those barefoot steps stood still.
In the shadow of the oak, where the wagon wheels roll, I left my heart in the dust with stories untold. The sun burned down on that old gravel road where your laughter echoed in the days of old. A wagon wheel echoes spinning round my mind, lost tales of love in the creases of time. The wind whispers softly through the empty plains, bringing tears mixed with the soft summer rains. Now the porch swings empty where we used to sit, and the sunset bleeds like my heart, bit by bit. Those trails we walk, now overgrown and wide, without your hand in mine, strolling side by side. Wagon wheel echoes spinning round my mind, lost tales of love in the creases of time. The wind whispers softly through the empty plains, bringing tears mixed with the soft summer rain.
this cowboy heart can't let go no matter how I try. Wagon wheel echoes in the silence of the night, each turn a reminder of you in the fading light. Here I wander beneath the vast endless skies, where love lost still lives and never dies. Out by the ridge where the wild oak stands, I found an old ranch withered by sands, once rang with laughter under blue skies, now just a whisper of her sweet sighs. We danced on porches under moon's crown, silk scarf in her hair, my old leather gown. Oh, that old ranch tied down by grief, where my heart lies buried under a leaf. The wind sings her name through the open door, a dance of dust on a creaky floor. Memories like rain fall soft and slow on the abandoned ranch where my sorrows grow. Years passed, the trails grew over with time. Her path took her east, left me with rhyme, where once were echoes of our laughter's tune, now silent shadows under the silver moon. The saddle sits empty, the fires grow cold, a cowboy wanders, his story untold. Oh, that old ranch tied down by grief, where my heart lies buried under a leaf. The wind sings her name through the open door, a dance of dust on a creaky floor. Memories like rain fall soft and slow on the abandoned ranch where my sorrows grow. By the old stone well, I whispered goodbye to dreams and to her under vast prairie sky. Each sunset burns like the love I recall, echoes of footsteps through each empty hall. So that old ranch tied down by dreams holds my whispered secrets, my silent screams, as the sun dips low in a sky so wide. On that abandoned ranch my old heart resides. Oh, the wind sings her name through the open door, a dance of dust on a creaky floor.
Out by the old creek, where oak trees cast shadows long, I first heard her laughter in the summer sweet song. We danced under starlight, where the wild horses roam, in that dusty town, once a place we called home. Her voice rode through the wind, clear and true, whisper whispering secrets in the morning dew. Every sunset paints her silhouette, but she's a ghost I can't hold. Her voice rode through my dreams in the night so cold. Years rolled like the tumbleweeds, past cabins worn and old, gravel roads forgotten, tales of love untold, the scarf she left behind. On the porch swing sways a remnant of her presence in those golden days. Her voice rolled through the wind, a haunting melody. In the rustle of the leaves, she's still calling me. Every sunset hides her face in shades of gold and blue. Her voice rode through my heart, but she's a song I once knew. Now the prairie's wide and the nights stretch out ahead. Sleep doesn't visit the pillow where I lay my head, searching for her echoes in the valleys and the peaks. My soul rides endless trails that her memory seeks. Her voice rode through the wind, never to be found, across those silent plains where our hopes were bound. In every whispered breeze, under the crescent moon's glow, her voice rode through the past, the only love I'll know.
Out where the creek bends low, beneath the ancient oaks, I found a scarf you wore, now frayed by time and hope. These rustling leaves converse where shadows merge and cope, with whispers of your laugh on that old gravel slope. The rain hides my tears just like it hides the past, each drop a memory in storms that seem to last. This heart like empty cabins, worn and overcast, echoes with the silence of the love that couldn't last. The porch still creaks the same under a sky so vast, where we once watched the stars, a quiet love amassed. Now trails fade in the fields where our dreams were cast. The dust settles alone as day slips into the past. The rain hides my tears just like it hides the past, each drop a memory in storms that seem to last. This heart like empty cabins, worn and overcast, echoes with the silence of the love that couldn't last. Oh, the winding roads, the dust kicked by my boots, a saddle worn with miles, tracing back to roots. Yet in each setting sun, my resolved heart disputes the notion I'll forget the love that once was absolute. So let the rain hide my tears, let it wash the lonely miles, as the night claims the sun and the darkness reconciles. Yet still your echo lingers across the time and trials of, and the rain under the oaks, down the old forgotten aisles.
Under the ghost of an old oak tree where our names were carved for eternity, the wind's a whisper of your soft sweet laugh on the path where you dance free from our past. An empty cabin by the creek's low bend holds the echoes of you, my lost friend. Each creaking board and closed up door speaks of the days when love lived here before. Now the empty bed fades in the twilight sigh. The stars don't recall who's wrong or right. I'm just a shadow in these windswept plains, chasing the dust where only silence remains. Scarlet scarf you left behind on the old porch swing sways undefined. Gone like the laughter in halls that we roam. Now I wander these lands forever alone. The saddle's worn where you once rode beside, through the rain-soaked trails where our dreams used to hide. Now every sunset bleeds a shade of your eyes, and the night covers me in your soft, mournful cries. Still the empty bed fades in the twilight sigh. The stars don't recall who's wrong or right. I'm just a shadow in these windswept plains, chasing the dust where only silence remains. Oh, how the prairie grass sways and weeps beneath the heavens where your memory sleeps. I've learned that love is the wildest land, and hearts like ours were grains of sand. Yes, the empty bed fades, and now with the light, bound to the echoes of our sweet twilight, under the vast skies where I let you go, in the fading trails of the moon's soft glow. I'm the whisper of a cowboy alone in a strange, chasing the dust where nothing but love remains. In the gray dawn, by the oak tree shade, where the cold morning sank into my bones, I traced your name once in the frozen earth, beneath where our whispered dreams had flown. Old Porch Creek like it shared my heart's ache, echoing footsteps where you danced in grace. The wind soft moaned through the cabin's crack, plays an old remembrance I can't erase. Oh, how the silence speaks in places you once walked. The shadows hold your laugh, and the gravel roads still talk. My heart's tied to the dust where the sunsets bled and dried. Underneath the fading trails is where my soul resides. A turned up collar against the stinging rain. Your scarf still fragrant, lost its warmth long ago. I wander through these ghostly empty rooms where echoes paint your shadow in soft, mournful tones. The saddle sits unused, the leather cracked, like the lines now deeply etched upon my face. You step away from you through time's harsh track, leaves me a wander in our lost embrace. Oh, how the silence speaks in places you once walked. The shadows hold your laugh and the gravel road still tall. My heart's tied to the dust where the sunsets bled and dried. Underneath the fading trails is where my soul resides. I've held the prairie's endless gaze, its whispering embrace. It tells me you're still out there in the wild's timeless grace. Maybe these old boots, worn and frayed, will bring me back someday to where the oak tree shadows lay and all my hopes decay. So I'll sit here with the silence where you once walked. Let the shadows keep your laughter and the gravel roads we talked. My heart's tied to the dust where our sunsets used to fade. Beneath cold morning's echo where my weary head is laid. Oh, under these endless skies I find no release, but in every whispered wind there's a piece of your peace.